1 million up just for saying, buy this product. So I often tell devotees that these sports cars, movie stars, not so much a politician, but no politician is too popular in any country. Which is the new technique parts of Kali Yuga. So for we devotees, we have our heroes too. But our heroes are not these sports stars or movie stars. Our heroes are the devotees of the Lord. And we would like to mold our lives as per the example shown by these exalted personalities. So in the Bhagavatam 4th canto, you read the story of Dhruva Maharaj. You've all heard about Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj was the son of King Uttanapada. His father had 2 wives, and Suniti and Suriti. And he was more attached to Suriti and less to Suniti. So one day, the father was sitting on his throne, and Suriti's son was sitting on one of his laps, and Dhruva, the son of Suniti, tried to get on his father's lap. It's not unusual when one brother sees another brother enjoying some facility, he wants to share that. So as Dhruva was trying to get on his father's lap, his stepmother, who was sitting next to the father, pulled him down and said, "You can't sit on your father's lap. You have to first have the fortune and blessings of the Lord that you can take birth from my womb. Then you can sit on your father's lap." In other words, it was okay before. In other words, she was saying, you now die and then take another birth. Then you can sit on your father's lap. Dhruva was a young boy, 5 years old. He had the royal blood in him. He felt very offended by his stepmother stopping him from sitting on his father's lap. And he got aggrieved and sobbing, marched towards his brother. In the meantime, the servants in the palace had heard how Dhruva's stepmother treated him. And they ran and told Dhruva's mother, Madam, what happened? Your maid, the queen, she insulted your son and stopped him, prevented him from sitting on the king's lap. And when the stepmother did that, the king just kept quiet. Apparently he was, using today's language, henpecked husband. Are most husbands henpecked today? Anyway, that's another topic. Okay, so he was henpecked, so he just kept quiet. So, Dhruva went crying to his mother, and his mother said, I can't help you because your father doesn't give me any respect, treats me like a maidservant. But God can help you. So Dhruva's next question was, where can God be found? Actually, all of us, regardless of where we reside, or which social and spiritual order we belong to, we should be interested in trying to understand God. Doesn't matter if you're a householder, married man, or a student, or an adult. Human life is considered a failure unless you endeavor to try to understand your relationship with God. The scriptures explain, Dharmena hina pashavi samana. Without religion, His human life is like that of an animal. So the mother said, God can be found in the forest. This is what I've learned from great sages. And so I decided, I'm going to go to look for God. I'm going to go to the forest. And he decided, okay, now I'm going to look for God, and then I'll pray to God, and with God's mercy, I'll get a kingdom, and that kingdom will be more opulent than the kingdom of my father, grandfather, great-grandfather. I will show them that I'm better off than they are. You know, he wanted to take a little bit of revenge on the stepmotherly treatment his stepmother gave, and his father being quiet. So Dhruva decided, I'm going to look for God. So as he was getting ready to go to the forest to look for God, Narada Muni showed up on the scene. All of you know Narada Muni? Yes. He's one of the 12 Mahajans, or spiritual authorities. Saimud Narada Sambhu Kamara Kapila Manu Pralalo Jalaka Bhisma Valir Vaya Vasakir Vaya. He's one of the 12 spiritual authorities. And Narada Muni is also known as Trikalagya. Trikalagya means one who knows past, present, and future. Any Trikalagyas here? Narada Muni knows past, present, and future. He is described as Sakta Vishavatar. And one of his characteristics is he's always interested in delivering Narayan to everyone. That's why he's called Narada. Narada means one who delivers Narayan. So, or one who delivers the message of Narayan. So Narada Muni showed up on the scene. Narada Muni said, young boy, where are you headed for in such anger? He said, I'm going to the forest to look for God. And then Narada said, why are you looking for God at this age? This is the age to play. You shouldn't take the words of your stepmother so seriously. After all, you're just a young kid, 5 years old. So Dhruva was so determined, he said, if you're ready to help me in looking for God, I'll talk to you. But if you don't want to help me to look for God, leave me alone. So we need determination. I see many of you sitting here, and I believe most of you are associated with ISKCON for a period of time, and many of you are probably chanting 16 rounds, some may be chanting less, some may be beginners, etc. But to succeed on the spiritual path, you need determination. But don't you need determination to succeed on the material path also? Yes. If you want good grades in school, just like these days, everywhere, more so in countries like India, it's very hard to get admission in prestigious schools. If you want admission in engineering college or IITs or medical college, you really have to spread it out. You really have to work day and night for years and years in school till you get 98 or 99%. Well, the cutoff is 98%. I was just in Vancouver, and one of a devotee's daughter is trying for admission in a medical college in Vancouver. And even in North America now, the admission to medical colleges is so competitive that the cutoff is 98, 99%. The students really have to work. They want to get admission in the medical college in America now. And in India, it's a lot worse. So we see that when students have this goal, They work hard. They're determined. We must try our best. So similarly on the spiritual path also, we need determination. God helps those who help themselves. If we decide, I want to progress spiritually, God will help us. In the Bible